Hey, it's been such a long time. I forgot how to use this app.
Yeah. See, we gotta stop having so much
Uh,
time.
Give me one moment because I have to do something to make you a bit louder for myself,
Okay.
and I don't know what I can do because let me put the headphones for a while,
Okay.
at least as long as they last.
You might surprise yourself. You might get an hour out of it or more.
Okay, I have it now in my ears. They're old and they don't last a lot lately.
Yeah.
But you can say that about some dicks too, so
Yeah.
I'm just
Because,
being.
like I said, I mean, because I swear it's like podcasting has been a great adventure for me going into year two. And whoo, but I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Good, good,
So,
good.
talk. How have you been? How's Romania treating you? How's
Oh,
Christmas? Talk
it's
to me.
it's a it's a weird context right now because I don't know if you know about Romania. It's in NATO, and so
Mm-hmm.
it's Bulgaria, and also Romania and Bulgaria used to be in the shadow of Soviet Union.
Mm-hmm.
And right now Putin is playing some dangerous games with us.
I'm seeing that in the news that he got the his armies right there at the border, and he's saying
It's
he ain't
it's
trying to be
it's
aggressive, but you got
it's
your
at the
army.
border with Ukraine. It's still
Yeah,
far away, but if
it can
they,
still affect all.
yeah, well, economy is gonna be bad.
Mm. So yes, sir. I hate when the money slows up. And it's bullshit that slows it up.
Yeah,
so
well, we still have to live by the day, right? Carpe
yeah,
diem, as the Latins used to say. I mean, if tomorrow you're gonna get a bullet in your head, at least be happy that you had yesterday. I don't know.
I guess is what we say over here. Take the win where you can get
Yeah.
it.
Well, in times of war, you have to make the best of what you can as long as you can, and then because there are things that you cannot control. I mean, I'm too little to control Putin, right? I mean, he's a
Yeah,
motherfucker.
yeah. Because
Yeah.
I mean, he's a pure thug. It's like it. I said this the other day. I was thinking. I said the only difference between the Russia now and the Russia back when the communists was running it is just the flag. It's
Yeah.
just the flag. It's the same mentality, no different than when the Kremlin was in when God I can't figure his name. USSR
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
with the hammer and sickle. It's no different. Got a different flag. Same country, different flag. That's all it is.
Yeah. Well, Romania has some things that didn't change in the past 30 years. There are things that changed into the uh, bad because we understood this democracy in a stupid way. I mean, those who didn't have much back in the 90s uh, traveled abroad, worked there, came back with a misunderstood way of living in the West,
Mm-hmm.
and we have this entire generation that is fake.
Mm-hmm.
We do like to show off brands and stuff like that, but we don't have anything in our heads. We don't have, I mean, I know people who have very expensive cars, very expensive pieces of clothing, and yet they live with their mom and dad at 35, 40.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
that
cause
sucks, man. I'd rather eat, I don't know, only boiled potatoes, but be free to create whatever I want to do. And I don't know, I dress in, me for instance, I'm a huge fan of secondhand shops. You
Mm-hmm.
can find some amazing things there. I'd rather do that,
Mm-hmm.
than be trapped in this consumerism ideology, let's call it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I think, but it's like people when we talk about capitalism, okay, it's like it's funny that everyone, like many of the other countries outside of America, they look down upon it. But part of capitalism is the freedom to change financially if you work hard, I guess, or run a business or do what you have. And
Yeah,
a lot of countries are more of we don't want a middle class. It's either you rich or you poor. Period.
it
It's like they
was
want to keep. Go ahead.
it was funny when I went in Brussels in 2008, and
Uh-huh.
I went into a drugstore asking for the price of something, and that lady asked me, "What are you, a socialist or a capitalist?" And I was like, what the fuck? So I got out of the drugstore and I was like, Mom, what are we?
It's like everyone wants to put everybody in the box,
And
because
she was like, no, this is the socialist drugstore. The capitalist one is next door. And I was like, what the fuck? My money are not good here?
that's what I'm saying. It's like that's why I say it like this. People are dumb. We as humans, as much as we has advanced with technology, we haven't advanced in just pure common fucking sense. At the end of the day, it shouldn't matter if you're a socialist, a capitalist, a Christian, or a Muslim. Money's fucking money, you know. And I think it's the need for people to want to be right and they can't be wrong. Because that's
But
what it's all about is I'm right, you wrong. And that's all this is about.
beyond money, I think that it's more important to be human.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be whoever you want to be. You can pray to whoever you want to pray. Uh, but be human. Be
Yeah.
kind.
And
I actually had a my parents. I don't know if I told you before, but my parents are Jehovah's Witnesses,
yeah, you told me. I
and
remember.
I got kicked out of the religion back in 2010,
Okay.
and that's
And
pretty
how you
much
get
me.
kicked out of the religion? Please expound.
I was not the virgin anymore.
So you get on some pussy, they said you gotta go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And they asked me weird questions like, "Are you sorry for it?" And I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? I like it." And they were like, "Was it normal or abnormal sex?" And I was like, "What's abnormal to you?" And they were like, you know what? We are three married men here, and we are not going to tell you, but everything that is good for prostitution is abnormal. And I was like, dude, even missionary is good for prostitution. What the fuck are you talking about?
Did you know they had laws over here that is still in the book that don't enforce that certain positions are outlawed? For real.
He, here they are not. And the funny thing is that lately they became very radical. So
Mm-hmm.
before 2020, before 2020, they were allowed to speak with those who have been kicked out of the religion but still family. Like,
Mm-hmm.
they were my parents, so they were allowed to talk to me. And after that, with the pandemic, I don't know what happened. They got new lessons in which they were told that they should not talk with those who have been kicked out, even though they are their kids, their brother, their sister,
Mm-hmm.
their everybody.
Oh my
And
god.
today my father texted me again that it's not too late for me to come back and blah blah blah. And I was like, I was like, dude, that's a religion that told you to abandon me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm basically an orphan because your religion asked you to do that. How can
Mm-hmm.
you convince me to come back when the idea of love is emotional blackmail?
Yeah. It's crazy how many of the religions are sexually oppressive. It's
Oh,
like you can't it I mean, it's like you can't even it and I'm gonna tell you what's funny. That the world wasn't like that before Christianity and Islam became into practice.
but
Because if you look at history, we was fucking a lot.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But the thing is that Christianity has its good points, very good points. I mean, we needed some order, otherwise it would have been chaos.
Mm-hmm.
We need an order. We need to know that a man and a woman belong together. Otherwise, if the woman is a tramp, she's gonna get, I don't know, kicked in the shin and stuff like that. We need to know that because otherwise we would murder each other.
Mm-hmm. No, it what it is people need rules to
Yeah,
guide by.
yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah, yeah,
without order there's only chaos.
yeah. And actually, in 2020, I came across through a friend. Uh, he read this book. It's called 12 Rules for Life by Jordan Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
And when I read it, I was like, motherfuck. Because there are many things of which I was aware, but and I've read the Bible and not read, studied the Bible from cover to cover 3 times,
Mm-hmm.
like with comments and stuff like that. It takes over a year to do that. So I knew the Bible, but I've never looked at it like, hey, there are these stories. You need to learn something out of them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, make yourself better, and then move on with your life. And one of
Yeah.
these 12 rules that Jordan Peterson has is clean your room, and that it's going to the extent of clean not only your room, start your day clean, start your life clean, get rid of all the toxicity around you.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you let toxic, I had toxic friends. They were vampires. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? I
Yeah,
was
I get
like, I was like drained for energy. If I would spend 1 hour with them a week, I would have been a mess.
mm.
And funny enough, I don't know how, but I'm very sensitive about energies and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I got rid of them because I was like, it's not good for me. It's not good for them either
Mm-hmm.
because I can't give them what they need.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So if you have time and want to, there is so 12 rules for life and beyond order.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they are very good. And
Most definitely.
he actually tried to bring a little bit of the learnings of the Christianity into day-to-day life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I think to me what I think is wait a second. Let me hold on. Let me do this real quick so because I see this is about to get deep. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Smoker Lounge here on Anchor, the perfect app for anyone who's trying to start their own podcast career. Download the Anchor app. Download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm. Get yourself a profile, start podcast today. I'm your host, Calvin Norman Southern Chap, aka the Poor Rap Star. Find me and all my links with one link. I'm talking about allmylinks.com/porn rap star. We have two wonderful sponsors, one being the Facebook and the LS community, lsworld.com, and eroticismmagazine.com. Go there today, get yourself a subscription, paperback or digital. Proud member of the GW Dish Black podcast community. Plus, while you over at the site, go ahead and get some shopping done. You get an opportunity to buy from over 500 black owned shops and retailers. So go to shopgwdition.com, buy black, support black businesses, and build a black economy. Also, I have to announce a new sponsor that we also have, X Site Bunny. So for anyone who that is a content creator, great place for you to go and sell your content. And if you like to buy content, hey, great place to go unlock some great exclusive content from some of the hottest content creators from around the world. So go to xsitebunny.com and get your freak on. And also the newest spot where you can catch this smoke. I'm talking about Skyhawk After Dark TV.com. Go there today. You can either listen to myself on my page or listen to it via the radio station. Now, with that being said, I'm about to be quiet and let this sexy lady and one of my favorite smoke buddies from Romania introduce herself. Go ahead.
Thank you. So I'm Roxanne Miller, um, 30, soon to be 31, from Romania. Um, I've been in the industry since 2010. Model, cover girl, now business owner of a webcam girls studio, and trying to improve my fucking ass.
There you go. Now let's get back into what we were talking about. So I think what happened is God left the message. We
Yes.
took it and switched it to benefit our selfish needs.
Actually, there
Because
was
go ahead.
sorry. There was after finding Jordan Peterson, I found another guy from the US, and his name
Mhm,
is Neville Goddard, and he used to be a preacher and also a mystic,
mhm,
and also he said that at some point the translations were not good, as in most of the translations of the Bible say that Jesus is with us, when it should
mhm.
have been translated as Jesus is amongst us,
Yes.
which is a freaking big difference.
Mhm,
I mean, for instance, in this moment, I'm not baptized in any religion,
mhm.
um, but I do believe that there is a higher force, whatever you want to call it, God, the universe, Allah, whatever you want to call it, there is a higher force. And his son, how do you want to call it? I don't know, Jesus, what else? There is something that's higher than us, more powerful than us. And as long as we are humans, and if we follow the Bible and we are um, the face of God on earth, we should actually and basically try to be better with each other, and I don't know, stop trying to take advantage of one another.
Yeah, because the thing of it is, all he was saying is love one another, and a lot of
Mm-hmm.
the teachings that we be hearing is really more so Old Testament, and the reason why because it fits the narrative for many of these religions. Because when you think about it, Christ when he died on the cross, he said he died for our sins, and he was like, we know not. He knew we can't live in these rules, the rules that they lived by back then, because we were going to be in a different world.
Yeah.
So to him, he was saying, just long as you remember me and love each other, no big deal. He don't give a fuck if you gay. He don't give a fuck if like they said, like in the Bible said, come as you are. That just didn't mean clothing. You get what I'm coming from,
Yeah.
period. But it's like we as humans, anything we may not agree with, the majority may not agree with, they want to shun, villainize, and destroy instead of accept it. Because how can you sit here and say being bisexual is not natural when it's something that she had within her from birth? You feel what I'm saying?
Well,
Trust
actually,
me, my shit.
we are all bisexual at birth.
Yeah.
it's the social convention that teaches us that I am a woman, I should fuck only men. You are a man, you should fuck only women. It's not like that. And even Freud had some studies related to that, that there is a point around 14 when we start to be very aware of our own sexuality. And
Mm-hmm.
also it comes with trial and fail and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And for instance, I kissed the first girl at 17.
Mm-hmm.
I am bi, but could I say that to my family? No.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
um and many of the things that I think, I mean, I was supposed to get married virgin.
Mm-hmm.
What if the dude I was supposed to get married, if, because I was told if you want a boyfriend you have to get married.
Mm-hmm.
And I was 15 and I was like, what the fuck? I don't want to get I don't want to get married at 18. I mean, I
And
want
hey,
to
shit, hell,
build something.
nowadays, many ladies I talk to, they find themselves after their marriage, and their first
And
marriage was sexless and boring, and they were just miserable in it.
what if that dude who I would marry, because I wouldn't know how his dick is like, because I mean, you would have to have a chaperone at each date up until you get married. How do you know how is the other person sexually? Because you are basically not allowed to talk about that. You have to find about that in the night of your wedding. What if that dude that I would have married in the fantasy of, parallel universe, I would have been still a Jehovah's Witness. Um,
Mhm.
what if that dude would have had, I don't know, 2-inch dick?
God, hold on, but that because but think about it. They make it to where if you ain't had sex, which means you never had sex, and then you hook up with this dude, that might be a big dick for you.
And also, you're not allowed to masturbate.
Oh God.
So, and it's not because you get blind, like there
Mm-hmm.
were those magazines back in 1910. Um, but you're not allowed to masturbate. You're not allowed to have sex before marriage. And if you come up with any idea of spicing it up, I don't even think that people that I grew up with at the church know what a blowjob is.
Oh my God. See that what I'm saying? It's like religion, it's like, okay, like over here, a female, you find a female that married a dude and they didn't fuck. And let's make this clear. He didn't have good dick, she stayed with him. Now, usually if they did, it'd be because the dude may had some money or he had something to bring to the table other than that dick. But 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 if you ask a female, like, could you be with a dude that can't fuck? They would say, hell fucking no. Some girls, you got one chance to prove yourself. You
Yeah.
feel what I'm saying?
Well, the thing is that at this point, I'm thinking that any kind of religion is good because, they keep a certain kind of peace and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But when it goes radical, that's no good anymore.
Oh no.
And I am a bit pissed off right now about this radicalism, but I'm gonna go
Mm-hmm.
through it.
Oh no, you know this is a safe space here. You can talk about whatever, baby girl. You know, period. Because like I said, it's
Yeah.
to me, I think the more that people say they want to change, they actually want it to stay the same. Like even what's going on over here with the voting rights and many of the laws that are being pretty much rolled back almost. You know, period. It's like They sit here, America sit here and we pride ourselves on being so progressive, but yet we're no different than the other countries in how we move. You feel me? We talk shit about
Yeah.
Russia, but we kind of like Russia in many ways because Russia tried to control everything. We're trying to do the same thing. No, women can't. We rolling back abortion laws, and then we got the voter rights where they sitting here saying where they're making it harder for people of color to even vote. Period. I'm like, okay, y'all sit here and want to talk shit about Russia, but y'all doing what Russia do. Y'all want to talk
What?
about the Middle East, but y'all do what the Middle East does. Go ahead.
So there are states in the U.S. who are banning abortion.
Yeah, Texas tried it. Now the Supreme Court shut them down. But yeah,
Jesus God.
if it was up to Republicans, boo boo, they would if they would you would have to go to fucking Mexico and Canada to get an abortion. It was up to the
Um.
Republicans.
Well, it's good to have it as a choice. It's bad to have it abused. I was talking to my sister today, and she was telling me about a friend of hers who in the past 5 years she had at least 10 abortions. And I was like, why isn't he pulling out? I mean, if he knows that the woman doesn't want another child, why isn't he pulling out? Or is she taking pills? I mean, there are people who are struggling to have a baby and she's having abortion after abortion after abortion. And my sister was like, well, she looks at the dick and she gets pregnant.
Yeah, the females is like that. That they are just fucking fertile as shit.
Yeah.
Period.
And I was talking to my sister because I have a child, but when I was little I grew up in a small village in the mountains, and there was a foster house for kids with plenty of disabilities. And growing up with them, I realized that bringing up in our days and age with all this technology, with all these diagnosis procedures, right? And to
Mm-hmm.
still bring out in this world a kid that has no chance
Mm-hmm.
in the society today, to me, is too much.
Mm-hmm.
So I said that if my kid would have something, I would abort,
Mm-hmm.
because I
Yeah.
wouldn't be human, the kid wouldn't be human,
Mm-hmm.
we'd be useless for the society altogether. If there is something like autism that you discover after birth, now that's your cross, as we say it, right? But if there is something that you can discover prior to giving birth and prior to having the kid too big to have an abortion, to me it was like that. I mean, maybe I'm selfish, but I prefer to be sane, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my sister was the same. Uh, and my mother was shocked, like, "Oh my God, she said that!" And I was like, back when she was still talking to me, and I was like, "It's the same way as I thought.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference is that I didn't tell you out loud."
Yeah. But but
So,
see, to
yeah,
me, I think women should have that choice because some women may not want a baby at the time. It may not
not a
be
baby at a
conducive to her
time.
career, or uh, the
What
baby
if
might
it's
have
the product of a rape?
yeah, that too.
I mean, do you want to look in the eyes of a kid that looks like your rapist?
Yeah. See,
That's
and
a kid. That's a kid that will bring much more trauma in the world, because that's an unwanted
because the
kid.
way it was made was through trauma, and that does
Yeah.
make sense sometimes when it comes to how a kid turns out. It's that energy, period.
Or
And
I
it
don't know. I'm stupid enough to go to a party, fuck somebody that I didn't know, not remember who I fucked, and then I wake up pregnant.
mm,
You know?
yeah. and that means you're dealing with that trauma for the rest of your life. Period. So like I said, because that's a hot button topic over here. There's always have been. Period. But it really more so of men telling women what to do with their bodies. Because I'm a firm believer that you the one that got to
Well,
go through that
well,
9 months. You the one that
as
got to that sucker out, damn near die. So you should have the choice of what happens to
as a side joke, if you tell me how to masturbate, if it feels good, I will do.
it. See, that was the fans waiting for. They were like, God, y'all killing me. We are gonna talk about some shit. Oh my God. See, that's what
I've
I
been
love
I,
about
I I've been in abstinence for over a month.
a
Uh,
month. Now, what brought this on?
well, at some point I got tired of Tinder and shallow talking and shallow sex and stuff like that. And I was talking to a guy who used to be a regular of mine and became a very, very good friend. And I was telling him all that, and he was like, "Yeah, yeah, you're gonna be back on Tinder in a week." And I was like, "No, dude, I can't." And he was like, "You're going to be back in 2 days then." And I was like, "No, dude, want to bet?" And he was like, "Want to bet?"
So wait a second. So
So
there was a bet. So y'all made a bet on who would stay celibate.
yeah,
And I know it's killing your ass because I know you love sex. So
and it was so fucking hard. I mean, when you don't want to do it because you don't want to do it, is one thing, but when you're not allowed to do it, that's a different story.
mm. Oh my God, I know that just so we're supposed to be a no nut November. You basically having a no nut January.
And December,
and this
Santa
and
Claus.
December. So when you gonna break that? When you gonna break? 'Cause I know you're gonna break sooner or later. There's gonna be some sexy ass dude that you can be like, something, fuck
Well,
this
it's
shit.
it's it's over. The bet it's over. But the funny thing is that I worked a lot. And actually, I had a very creative period in which I made a lot of ads for the studio. So all my sexual energy went to that,
Mm-hmm.
which was good because before that I was like, "Ah, I don't want to work on that. I don't have the energy." And right now, I am pretty busy,
mm-hmm.
and the other people are adults too, so they have jobs.
Yeah.
And I'm not looking for new ones for at least as Omicron is around.
Mm-hmm. Oh
I'll
yeah.
stay chill.
So speaking about work, how is the webcamming going?
Well, it has ups and downs. The thing is that in 12 years since I've been a cam girl, I've felt a recession that started with 2008. And then there were periods, with taxes, holidays,
Mm-hmm.
Thanksgiving, Christmas, and stuff like that. There are highs and lows in the year,
Mm-hmm.
but this year was strange. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
2021 was strange. I mean, I've never seen an August that was so rough. I've
Oof.
never seen a December that was so rough. But
Mm-hmm.
on the other hand, I came to understand that, after 2 years of being in a freaking lockdown, you do want to go to meet your friends, your family, and reward them
Yeah.
with any way you can. You want to go in a holiday and stuff like that. So, what would you
Mm-hmm.
do? Jerk off or have a nice dinner in your holiday?
It's true. I mean, it to me, I think because you made mention of there's always high times and low times when it comes around the year when it comes to webcamming. So right now is the does the webcamming normally around this time be slow or do it be popping? When did webcamming pick up? What time of the
Well,
year normally?
it it from January to February, it's okay. In March, it's a low period because of the taxes. Then in May, there are a few low days, the Labor Day, even Cinco de Mayo, May the 4th, and Veterans Day. Um, then in July, a little bit around the 4th.
Hmm.
Then in August, because everybody is in holidays. And then with Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and Christmas. Around Christmas, it's a little bit lower. But on the other hand, it compensates because there are those who have families and those who are alone. Um, it depends a lot, and also depends a lot on how hard of a worker you are. Because if you stream 2 times a week and you expect to have 10K following uh, fall in your arms, it's not gonna happen. I mean,
Hmm.
unless you are freaking lucky and you, I don't know, jumped in a shit as big as you. We have this saying in Romanian. It's like, what did you eat when you were little shit? You know, that's why you're lucky now.
Oh my god!
um, yeah, we are gross.
I thought we were vulgar, but y'all beat us out by a landslide. Was so it's what y'all
No,
saying?
actually, our swears are so gross, like so freaking gross, and we swear about what we love the most: Jesus and His church, and the mothers. I mean, if I tell you to go fuck yourself, it's not going to be as insulting as if I tell you that I'm gonna fuck your mother.
Yeah,
I mean,
actually, that's true.
yeah. So we and also we swear a lot about the deads in the
Mhm.
family. It's like, I'm gonna fuck your mother's dead relatives.
Oh God, yeah, y'all go deep with it. Like
Yeah,
they going nice over here. Y'all keep it got they hood over there. They here like they don't even say suck a dick. They like they don't say suck my dick no more. They say no, throw a frank. I was
yeah.
like that. If I'm mad at somebody, how does that sound? Man,
There
go
is
throw a frank.
we have swearings like, I'm gonna feed you shit with a teaspoon, or I'm gonna kick you in the ass that you're gonna have new feelings. Like, the shit goes up in your mouth.
Oh, God.
Well,
I see y'all fighting a lot over there because I see some of this shit that y'all be saying just straight up fighting words. It
well,
would get on the person's skin. It would get on the person's skin.
funny enough is that I actually made a video for many vids that was a free video in which I was explaining all these swear words and translating them. And for so many that I found, I didn't even hear them in my life. And others, I heard them from members who were trying to tell me what they know in Romanian. And I was
Mm.
like, dude, where the fuck did you hear that? I mean, we have so many gross words that I don't use. I mean, when I speak in Romanian and I'm in an environment where I can say dick or pussy and stuff like that, I say dick or pussy. But other than that, no. Um, and there are some other people who are like, oh my God, where have you been raised?
Oh my God! Like the most we might say is like saying suck my dick. Um, now, what we used to do is called scolding or doing the dozens, where we might make jokes like we'll say something like your mama's so fat that
Yeah, no, that's
she got
that's
her own
child's
area
play.
code, yeah, and stuff like that. And that used to cause all the fights. As soon as you talk about something about my mama, that's when the fights start. Because you
Oh,
can't talk about
and
go ahead.
we used to we because we've been conquered. Because I was watching with a friend the map of Europe in the past 1,000 years, And there have been points in our history where Romania wasn't at all.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, Romania, even though it has places that have been documented for 500 years, Romania, as it is right now, as geography, ended up in 47, 48 after the war.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and we were looking at the influences we had. So we had the Ottoman Empire, Serbian Empire, Bulgarian Empire, also Hungarian, Russians. So we've been fucked from all over.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It's like they would say that yeah, y'all the mutts of Europe in many ways. Because
Yeah,
because because y'all have such a melting pot and so many conquerors and so many different nations mixed in. You know what I'm saying?
we have 21 legal minorities on based on people who left, who remained after the conquering.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have Polish, we have Russians, we have Turks, we have Greeks, we have uh, you name it,
Yeah,
21 of them,
y'all got it all out of this piece. So now with
and they
that,
are 10% of the population of Romania.
ooh, that's interesting. Now
Yeah.
with that being said, which I never asked you, how is the lifestyle over there, as far as swinging, the BDSM?
Well,
Because being that y'all are a conservative nation, I'm pretty sure y'all some freaks.
yeah, we are pretty orthodox. Um, the thing is that there are communities, and there were at some point, I don't know now, there were some swing clubs, swing private parties.
Mm-hmm.
We have a pretty large gay community, which is good. Um, and they are
I
starting
know
to ask.
y'all party hard. I know y'all party hard over there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And we used to have to host also an erotic festival in which there were done live shows, lesbian live shows and stuff like that.
Ooh.
But they stopped at around 2012, 13. I remember I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to go to one, but the ticket was too expensive for me,
Mm-hmm.
so I didn't. Um, Funny enough is that another member of mine was joking that Romania's main export is cam girls. Um,
That's your cash. That what they would say. That's your cash crop. Is cam girls.
yeah. Um, we are still closed-minded, even though
Okay.
we have so many women working in the sex industry. I mean, in the other studio where I was a trainer and a photographer, plenty of the women hated men. They were talking about them as being stupid assholes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point it annoyed me, because I was like, well, you attract what you are, so if they're assholes you should ask yourself what you are.
Basically, you are what you eat.
And for instance, to me, cuckolding and impregnations are two deep, profound fetishes. A
Mm-hmm.
man will, unless he's stupid, a man, a smart man, sane man would not get a woman randomly pregnant.
Yeah.
He would do that to put his seed in her, to mark her, and so on, right? It's and to have somebody to create his own little kingdom, let's say,
Mm-hmm.
right? With a cuckolding, that's another. For me, it's my favorite fetish, and it's so deep and on so many levels, because not every cock wants to be humiliated. Not
True.
every cock has a small dick or low esteem.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe you just want to see your woman satisfied by another man and you want to share her to show another man that you have a hot woman.
Yeah.
That's a possibility.
Yeah.
And um, this level of toxicity and close mindedness um, made me a little sick, and I realized that basically all the issues, and this is Freud, all the issues we have in our childhood reflect in our sexuality later in life.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem with them was one that they didn't even try to fix their problems first,
Mm-hmm.
and then they didn't they weren't even curious about their own sexuality to discover themselves through the guys that they were meeting online and stuff like that. And
Mm-hmm.
I remember talking to one of the girls. She was at that point around 30, and I asked her if she ever had an orgasm on cam. And she was like, for these idiots, no, I keep myself for home. And I was like, your guy is working abroad. So why do you keep yourself for home for whom?
I'm saying, I know she backed up.
And I was like, you know that you don't have a number of orgasms in your life to save them. The more the merrier. The more you have, the easier you can get them and stuff like that.
Hmm. Yeah,
But
because it's good for the heart when you come to. It helps with the heart. It's actually good exercise to masturbate to bust a nut. So
oh my god, trust me, in this so I was not allowed to have sex, but I was allowed to masturbate. I ruined my dildo.
really, since you ruined the dildo, God. Oh my God. That show you how much a person would masturbate if you break the dildo and you had to kill a dude. I'd be like, damn, this thing they supposed to be indestructible. Y'all be breaking them damn things.
Oh well, can you blame me?
Hey, you know what I'm saying? But shoot, because if you have a sexual, even if you fucking dude, sometimes you still horny, and he may can't go, so it's understandable
Well, the thing is that I'm always horny after a good fuck.
because you want more of that good fuck. That's why
Of course. I was joking the
I'm
other
like
day
that too.
with my friend, because I was like, if I'd start doing hardcore, I'd actually be a bad business for myself, because I can go with a 5 3 hours and still be good to go and still want the dick and stuff like that, and they would actually make 6 or 7 videos out of that, and they would pay me
Yeah,
for one.
yeah. But see, them the girls I like working with though, because um I know we can go all day. Like I shot 6 scenes with a female. We talking about 30 to 45 minutes a piece. So to me, I like females that their sex drive and energy is that high to the point that we can go all fucking night. Period.
Well,
Because it's just
m-
fun. Because the longer it goes, to me, the more horny we get.
my favorite actress is Angela White.
Mm-hmm.
I freaking adore that woman. I mean, the way she's acting and also the way she enjoys sex. I mean, you can see her. She goes up until she has no makeup on her face. She
Mm-hmm.
doesn't care how she looks in the end. She just loves to have sex. And to me, that's a woman who accepted her sexuality, it's aware of it, and it's sharing it with the world. And hats off,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh yeah. Because the thing of it is that's what I love about porn is that we can indulge in our sexuality with no judgment and really test our boundaries and find out what we really like sexually.
If you're
Because
smart.
sometimes, yeah, because a lot of times people don't know what they want sexually until they free themselves up or they get into the lifestyle. Or in many cases, they then got divorced and from a sexless marriage and decide to just go buck wild. Because that was a lot of times that happens anyway. Because that's
Yeah.
why I love about porn too. Because I was able to do fantasies that I probably could have done in my personal life.
Well, the thing is, uh, for instance, I'm one of the most common question besides the size of my boobs is what fantasies do I have? And I'm like, dude, I've tried so many. I mean, in my videos, in live sessions, and some even in my real life and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Tell me yours because it's gonna be easier. I mean, I have to dig deep to find a new fantasy, and maybe it's gonna come up something very dark.
Hmm. Hmm.
I mean, I had about dark. I last in 2020, I had a member, and he had all these ideas. He came to me and asked me if I do succubus, and I was like,
That's one of my
well,
favorite fantasies.
I was like, I heard about it. I never saw it played properly, so I don't really know much about it.
Hmm.
But if you're willing to teach me, I'm willing to learn. So he appreciated that in me, even though I've written on my profile, I'm a very experienced cam girl,
Hmm.
right? You learn something new every day.
Yeah.
So from being a succubus, I became a demon, and he was a demon whose dick was growing so much that he would basically split my body and go through my mouth, and I was like, you know. And he was like, "Oh my god, you're so amazing! How you go that far to make that sound?" And I was like, "Dude, you were choking me from the inside. I mean."
It made sense, actually.
And then he came up with, "Can you be Elizabeth Bathory?"
Hmm.
So I read a little bit about her. I had a blue velvet dress, and funny enough, it's the kind of royal blue. And I
Hmm.
had a hat and stuff like that. And I was like, I'm Elizabeth Bathory, and I bathe in the blood of virgins, and this is how young I look, even though I'm 150 and stuff like that. Most of them were kind of rape fantasies, but based on these weird characters, right? And I was like, and that was vampire 100 times, and it suits me because my father was Dracula.
Yeah.
um, but it explored a darker side of my sexuality,
Yeah.
and I made a video in which I talked about my 11 years in the industry, and um, this is how I felt it, and this is how I feel it. Sexuality, it's like a Rembrandt painting. It has
Hmm.
light and it has darkness, but there is light in the darkness.
Yes. And see, it too also dark energy is sexy. You feel what I'm saying? Period, especially if it's done right. Because what's more
Yeah.
sexy than a vampire? I ain't even say
Well,
the
yeah,
werewolves even had some sex appeal to them.
we the modern vampires, we don't suck blood, we suck cock.
Ooh, I like that. I
And
like
we
that.
don't buy the cock. It was funny. Last year, one guy was like, that I don't actually like blowjobs, and I was like, what the fuck, a dude that doesn't like blowjobs? And he was like, I'm pretty
What
thick,
is
and
wrong with that
most of
man?
the girls were putting their teeth on, and I was like, dude, I have to show you how it's done.
Oh God!
This
If
is
dude,
that.
dude that
So
say a dude that say he don't like to get his dick sucked, he never had a good dick suck. That's what that is.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And he was like, "Oh my god, the things that you do with your mouth," and I was like, "You're welcome."
See, that's why I said it's funny as hell. If you did do boy girl, I think you would take over the game, yo. You would have
uh
male times lined up coming to Romania to shoot with you for real.
it's not allowed to, so I travel.
Well, you be having a lot of motherfuckers talking about so you need to come to America, you need to come here, you need to come there. Shoot.
um, uh, there is this fan. I'm not gonna lie about it. I'd be a hypocrite if I'd say I'd never fantasize about doing a sex tape. There
Mm-hmm.
is this fantasy, obviously, to be in front of a team having sex because it's
Mm-hmm.
exhibitionism and stuff like that. But on the other hand, somehow there is this thing in me who says, you should keep something for yourself too.
Yeah. That's true. Well,
So,
some tell me I think when you find you a boy or girl, it'll be right when you about to retire from the game. Say, I'm gonna give y'all one last thing to remember me by before I step behind and be
once hearing you right now, my
I had to wrap this up because I got so many shows I got to do. So tell everybody where they can spend money on you, baby.
Black Wall Street is now online, baby. That's right. Visit the GW District. Shop the very best in men's and women's apparel and accessories, home decor, office supplies, books, pantry items, and so much more. The GW District is a retail marketplace of black-owned products and media. We're both veteran and black-owned, and we're bringing you the best online shopping experience with products made by small businesses. Come and experience the GW District difference today at shopgwdistrict.com. That's shopgwdistrict.com. The GW District, a retail marketplace of black-owned products and media.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Oh, right
yeah.
there, you want to cut the fuck off this some bullshit. So with that being said, tell everybody where they can spend money on you, baby.
You can find me on StreamMate, Roxanne M. I'm on Chatterbait now as well, Roxanne Miller, 34M. My free cams, Roxanne Miller. On Twitter, I changed my handle. It's Roxanne Miller 30, and on Instagram, it's the Roxanne Miller. And you can find me
Ah,
on ManyVids and OnlyFans with Roxanne Miller.
most definitely. And she will be back for more episodes. She will be a regular smoke buddy, as y'all know. Y'all done heard her a couple of times and
Maybe next time
everything.
we talk about multiple orgasms.
Oh, that's definitely gonna go down. Actually, that will be for the premium smoke section when we do that one. So y'all need to go ahead and subscribe today, $4.99 to the premium smoke room. So y'all can get extra content like us talking about multi orgasms. You feel
Uh-huh.
me? So, with that being said, you know how we end this. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience? You didn't learn anything. Smoke this over. Thank you for coming back to the lounge, baby.
Thank you too, and stay safe, stay healthy, and horny.
Almost definitely. All right, then.